I would be looking at all my leaders and going, did you just BS me for an entire 6 weeks before the election?
I just reread Hannah Arendt's The Origins of Totalitarianism, and I cannot tell you how relevant it is to today. What has gone on in totalitarian regimes before is what is happening in this country right now. It is fascism. His generals called him fascist. Joe Scarborough called him fascist. And now the fascist is in charge. And it is journalism's job to cover it that way, not to back off and say, okay, well, that's it, we lost. Let the fascism happen. No.
It says a lot more, actually, Scott, about them than it does about their beliefs, because they believe it. They just don't care because they believe in their own careers more. And that's the part that's disgusting to me.
I was joking during the break that I'm going to recuse myself from this discussion because I may have mentioned I do host a morning show, a cable morning show that competes with Joe Scarborough. So I don't want to seem like this is sour grapes, but I am going to quote from Broadcast News and say, let's never forget this is about us, not them. There was an element of that from them going down there. And then to treat it, I called it the Yalta Conference, to treat it like it was the Yalta Summit somehow, more like Reykjavik, like there's somehow these exalted, high elected officials. It's just, again, I'm recusing myself, so I'm not commenting on it. I'm just noting it, Professor. It's noted.
Yeah, and they acted as if they were doing us a big favor, and nothing of value came out of it. They acted a little bit like they were kind of caught and had to confess it going in. And again, I think that they didn't really think about their colleagues. One colleague, I think very bravely, subtweeted and said that one should not normalize, even though Joe said he was normalizing. Katie Fang did that, and I respect her immensely for the courage to do that. I wonder what all the other MSNBC hosts must have been saying as they sat at home and did a spit take, trying to figure out what to do now. And it puts, I think, them all in a difficult position. Yes, the ratings are down on MSNBC. The ratings, I think, here are down too. I don't think it's because it was liberal or Democrat or conservative. I think it's because we're all exhausted. We're terribly tired. But we also need journalists to be able to represent our interests and to cover what's happening and not kiss the ring.